everybody. Thanks for having me. Vani, I know I spell it totally wrong. I'm screwing it up, so very sorry. Thank you very much. We fought really for having me over, I must say, and then it happened in the end. We're both are very happy. So thank you so much that you took all the effort.
Thank you. But I would like to give all the credit to Prakash ji, the festival director, and Pankaj Saxena ji, Nisha, without whose help it was impossible. There is Gautam Bhanor ji also, whom I would like to thank. So, and thank you for coming and being persistent and
of course I second the thanks of Tavani, and I thank myself. It was very, very nice for Nisha and Prakash, and also Christoph for coming to this event. And I forgot your name. You just talked about forgetting names. So, but also for Christoph's wife, sorry, to have you all here. It's really nice, and so many other people who really helped to bring me here. And I'm very happy to be here. It's my first time in India, and I came this morning, and I'm already very amazed about the city. It's wonderful and it's amazing. So, thanks for coming to the films. I hope I make it worth your while to have it, and we can maybe talk about this a little bit later. Can I say a few things?
Yes, please.
No, I never studied animation because in my school there was no animation, and I didn't intend to study animation. I studied visual communications and actually wanted to be visual communicator, signs for the subway or all these things. And things turned out totally different. And in the end, after art school, I did radio plays for better or for worse, and it just happened. And then I decided, and I did some children's books, and then some company in Belgium actually asked me if I wanted to make a film out of that one book I illustrated, and I said, yeah, sure, I was interested, and so I did this film, and then I did more films, and my only knowledge I had about my mother was that UFA was a ink and paint artist at UFA, so, and she showed me how to do animation, and maybe we took an hour or two, and I learned the principles, and then you had to learn all the details later. I think I still say that also to my students. I teach also animation and art, and I told my students I can teach animation in a couple of hours, and you learn, the principles, and the work in animation takes a lifetime, and you can see with me. So yeah, that was happened, and then I did children's films, and that's the last thing I'm gonna say. I did children's films, and it wasn't so fulfilling, I must say. And they were for television. The first was for Dutch television, and then also for German television. And then I said, I want to do something totally different. So the first film you will see is Rope Dance, and actually the second level of the film, the story that was in the back of my head, was making a film about my father. And I started very realistically. He had cafes and nightclubs, and I started to make something out of that, and it didn't really work out. And then I started something totally different, very abstract, and I thought, that's it. And I didn't tell anybody it was a film about. Very late, the first years I didn't tell, and the film became quite successful, and I didn't tell anybody. And it was with the weirdest interpretations. The weirdest was a film about the unification of Germany, which I don't understand, but that's what somebody said. So you can see it. I think that's fine, because once you finish a film, it's your film. It's the film of the audience. it's not my film anymore. You can do whatever you want with it, you know. And that's how I see it, you know. And for also for better or for worse, that happens. And that now I'm finished. Sorry.
No, it's fine.